Okay, great. So you're watching National Stock Exchange and CNBC TV18's Investothon. We're running in New Delhi this morning. We'll be back after this very short break. Don't go anywhere.
What if the next big thing isn't a thing at all? It's lots of things, all waking up, connecting to the global phenomenon we call the Internet of Everything. It's going to be amazing and exciting, and maybe, most remarkably, not that far away. We're going to wake the world up and watch with eyes wide as it gets to work. Cisco, tomorrow starts here.
BP in India. There is energy in this partnership.
The last financial pit stop in the south.
Extra shares to an existing shareholder at no cost.
Bonds.
Always in life, when you think of it, say it. You are right. Put your hands together.
Catch all the fun and action from the Calicut regional round of NSE Financial Quest Season 2. At these times on CNBC TV18.
Presented by National Stock Exchange.
India's and Asia's largest gear manufacturer, Elecon, always a step ahead in technology.
HDFC Ergo General Insurance. हर पल आपके साथ.
Why Gujarat 2012 is the new benchmark for all political election campaigns in India. And how Make My Trip uses data analytics to lure and keep customers loyal. All this and more on Storyboard at these times.
Storyboard, presented by IBM. Let's build a smarter planet. In association with Tata Motors, Yes Bank Savings Accounts, Toshiba, and Tata Sumo Gold.
As India prepares for the next level of growth, IT will play an increasingly important role and act as a catalyst for economic growth. Lenovo and CNBC TV18 present the India IT Day on 16th December 2012 with a series of programs to explore what will take Indian IT to the next level, culminating in the IT Innovation Awards at these times on CNBC TV18.
Presented by Lenovo, for those who do. Co-presented by Intel, sponsors of tomorrow, and Microsoft. Supported by NASSCOM, industry partner Mate.
Good morning and welcome to National Stock Exchange and CNBC TV18's Investothon. This morning we're all charged up. We're running in New Delhi, the national capital. With me live in the studio here, we have two very special guests. We have Neville Wadia, who's the MD of Altitude Technology Systems India, and Harshvardhan Rumta, who's a certified financial planner with Rumta Securities. But before getting back to these guys, let's go on ground where Shruti Mishra is talking to Mr. Ajay Makan. Over to you, Shruti.
Yes, Sumit, I have with me Mr. Ajay Makan, Minister of Housing and Urban Poverty Alleviation from Government of India. Sir, you know, this is the second time we are in Delhi for the Investothon, and even on a cold morning like this, the response has been phenomenal. Better health and better wealth. What are your comments on that?
Well, it is a combination of both. If you have wealth but you don't have health, you can't enjoy that wealth. And such a large number of people, I think it would be around 8,000 to 10,000 people who have turned up today, and this is the 8th in the country. This is excellent. And the best thing is it also shows the investors' confidence. And they are all here and they are enjoying company of each other. They are networking with each other, and this is the best thing which could happen.
So what are the basic steps that people can take to take care of their health better?
Well, they have to run at least 40 minutes a day. That is what is prescribed. And before the doctor prescribes, you should start running yourself.
Is that what you do? What is your fitness regime?
Well, I have been the sports minister. Before I became the sports minister, I was not that much regular as far as my gymming activities is concerned. But the sports minister, other than other things, it has done good. At least I have started regular exercise and regular fitness regime.
All right, so what do you have to talk about Investothon 2012? What do you have to say?
This is excellent, and this is the 8th of the series, and I've been told that more than 50,000 have already participated. And on a cold winter morning like this, such a large number of Delhiites turning up, this again shows that investors' confidence is there, people are aware to get more wealth and to be healthy, both.
Well, Sumit, you heard it right. We've got over 8,000 people running for their investors. Over to you.
Thank you, Shruti. Thank you, Mr. Markan. That was Mr. Ajay Markan live from New Delhi. And as you heard it from the man himself, who was earlier the sports minister, you got to start running even before the doctor tells you. Okay, over to you, Neville. Now, I'll play a little bit of a devil's advocate here, right? So altitude training, it's new in India. I mean, okay, like you said, it's been around the globe for earlier, but it's new in India. You think it might just be a fad? People will do it for a while and then like forget about it and go back to some new fad.
You know, when I went and met the physiologists in Australia for the first time before joining this company and coming back to India to revamp things and take altitude training to a different level, I asked them the same question, that is it like the many fitness fads that we've seen over the years? And they said it can't be a fad because it's been used for 50 years since Mexico City Olympics, and athletes have benefited from it. So the simple thing was that look at populations that live at an altitude.
Yes.
And that can't be a fad. You know, the fact that they are so healthy, they are lean, they have very few medical issues, that fact itself cannot be a fad.
Right.
And that's why I invested my time into it and thought that this is something that India as a country can benefit from.
And so what are the options for me? You mentioned that you can have a simulated room as well as a mask. So how does the mask work? So you just put it on and run?
The mask unit is for people who want to have it at home. Small gyms, small studios, or beauty centers, or even a hospital that wants it. It's a small plug-in 35-kilo machine, which is on wheels. It has a pipe, and you wear a mask with a head strap, and you're breathing in low oxygen air, and you can do any activity. If you have a treadmill at home, you can walk on it, or you can just do it passively, which is just sitting and reading a book or watching TV.
Okay, all right. Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Harsh, I want to talk to you about the euphoria in investment. So, you know how it happens when you exercise. Like we saw a lot of runners full of enthusiasm run, but it's kind of obvious they won't run the full distance with that same speed. Of course, the body tires and you get into a certain rhythm. Same with investing. You often see people start off investing that this is it, this is my principle, I will invest this much every month. And then things fizzle out, or there'll be some friend who says, this is it, I've got you this foolproof investing tip by which your money will quadruple or multiply 10 times. And people, just their principles, their investing style, this goes array. How do you avoid that?
See, at the time when you begin, you need to draw principles for your own self, which are specific to each individual. Most importantly is that you have it in writing in front of you.
Okay.
The moment you document that this is the reason why you have started doing something, you can always refer back to it at the time when some other option is coming by. We do not say once you've drawn something will last you for the next 30, 40 years. That's not the idea. If there is something interesting coming by, you would obviously want to take advantage of that as well.
Because change is always happening. There's always something or the other changing in the market. It's not
absolutely.
It's not a static market.
So we're not against a new idea to be included into an existing financial plan. Just that the objectives need to be defined very clearly and have to be kept in mind, and everything else that comes by around it needs to match into those kind of things.
So kind of getting your pillars, your foundation set, and then you could change the other aspects of
so what do we do actually? You know, there are basic, this our own theory is that we have about 4 building blocks of financial planning.
Okay.
So one is living too short. Okay, that's a situation wherein young people, we've seen instances of people passing away at very young age. So they need to be planning something because they have dependents, after their death. Living dead, living too long, and making plans for other things.
Okay, I'll come back to you to just elaborate more on that. But first, we'll go on ground to Shruti Mishra. She's at the Tyagaraja Stadium in New Delhi, where the National Stock Exchange and the CNBC TV 18 Investothon is being run. Over to you, Shruti.
Yeah, hi Sumit. Well, I have with me Mr. Verma from SAIL. And sir, tell me, SAIL, it's all about strength, it's all about steel. You're the steel man. How do you ensure the fitness of your employees?
See that we are having many sports academies in our townships in which our employees are there, and we are encouraging sports and games in a big way. In fact, let me tell you that the sportsmen which have been supported by SAIL, they have brought laurels to the company. In the recently held Olympics, 3 medals have been won by the sportsmen who have been supported by SAIL. Sushil Kumar, who won the medal in wrestling, he has been, SAIL has been supporting him last 10 years. In fact, we got him married. So, that's the level of encouragement which we are giving to our employees. So, games and sports, they are in a big way in all of our township. We firmly believe that, healthy mind is in a healthy body. So with that motto, we have been taking the sports and the game in a big way. In fact, a certain percentage of the profits of the company is earmarked for the development and the encouragement of sports in our townships.
Well, that was for your employees. How are you ensuring the economy is back on track?
See that the backbone of economy depends on the GDP growth, and GDP growth depends on the growth in steel. To achieve 1% growth in GDP, there has to be 1.2 times growth in steel. Now, when we are talking that GDP growth will be somewhere about 7 to 8% in the 12 5-year plan, the growth in steel has to be about 9 to 10%. With this aim in mind, we are also doubling our capacity in Steel Authority of India. Today our capacity is 14 million ton per annum. We are doubling to 24 million ton per annum, and which will be complete by next 1.5 years time. And this doubling of the capacity is coming at a total investment of about $18 billion. And then we have prepared a prospective plan of the company that by the year 2020 we will take up our capacity to 45 million ton per annum.
So thank you for sharing your plans with us. Well, back to you, Sumit.
Thank you, Shruti. Thank you, Mr. Verma. As you heard from Mr. Verma, well, SAIL has been doing a lot in sports and, of course, has been a huge contributor to India's GDP. You're watching the National Stock Exchange and CNBC TV 18's Investothon. We're coming to you live from Delhi. All the action continues on the Investothon after this short break. Don't go anywhere.
Hi guys.
Hi.
It's a big party tonight. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, I'd go to a juice bar for a fruit cocktail. We weren't stranded in the middle of nowhere. In this age of technology, it is criminal to worry about getting lost. So much for your technology everywhere. No network. I've already tried.
It is this innovative thinking that HCL brings to all technology solutions.
Hey, Mr. HCL, you're always on fire! Mr. Banker, I'm afraid this time you are. Yeah.
Innovative thinking, technology that touches lives. HCL.
ये कौन है? ये है मम्मी और ये है पापा। एक दिन आपको भी ऐसा ही राजकुमार मिलेगा। वाह, ये भी मिलेगा।
कैसे मिलेगा? सोने का रेट तो बढ़ता ही जा रहा है और इसकी शादी तक क्या पता कहाँ पहुँचेगा।
टेंशन मत लो, पीसी ज्वेलर की ज्वेल्स फॉर लेस स्कीम है ना, जिसमें 12 किस्तें देंगे हम और 2 किस्तें देंगे पीसीजे। है ना फायदे का सौदा? ज्वेलर फॉर जनरेशंस, पीसी ज्वेलर।
What's your take exactly now on IT sector?
In 2013, IT may not be a market outperformer. There was a time in which IT sectors were the darling of the market, but at that point of time, their earnings growth was 30 to 35% year on year.
If you look at the Income Tax Act, if you focus